Hello everyone, today I will discuss one project of microwave oven simulation in Pixim Lab. Topics learned during the internship introduction to microwave oven, embedded system components, LED array program, architecture of PIC16F at 77A, tactile switch and pull up pull down, keeper interface, material software used, project implementation. Topics learned during the internship introduction to embedded system C programming, microcontrol, Pixim Lab, MP Lab XC compilers. Introduction to various peripheral of the PIC16F at 77A. Multiple text. This is a workshop. What is microwave oven? A microwave oven is a small box LAN oven that regulates the temperature of the food by subjecting it to a high frequency electromagnetic field. The microwaves are absorbed by the water, fats, sugars, and the certain other molecules, which consequence fabrication produced heater. We are going to implement four modules: micro modes, grill modes, convection modes, and start modes. Micro modes. This mode is used to the cook in a traditional way. It is a maximum power of the 900 watts is the maximum time that you set for cooking in 60 minutes. Grill modes. This mode is used to cook meat and bread. It works as the micro modes, but the purpose is to cook meat and bread. You can set times as per the cooking times of the meat. Convection modes. In this mode, you can set the ovens that the preheat of the particular temperatures, and it takes 3 minutes to preheat the oven. After preheat added down, you can set the times as per the requirements. Introduction to embedded system. Embedded system is an integrated system that is the format as a combination of computer hardware and software for the specification functions. It can be the set as the dedicated computer systems has been developed for some particular regions, but it is not our traditional computer system of general purpose computers. These are the embedded system that may work independently or attached to the large systems to work on the few specified functions. These embedded systems can work without human interaction or within literal human interaction. Embedded system components, software, actuator, sensor, auxiliary systems, DSC, digital to analog converter, ADC, analog to digital converter, human interface, microcontrol, microprocessor, memory, FPGA, field effect program array. Embedded system categorized. There are different types of the categorized. A standalone embedded system. These types of the embedded system, as the name suggested, does not require the host system like the computer or the processor, as it is the works by the itself and the display data on the connected device on the make necessary changes on the devices. Mobile embedded system. All the devices that are the portables and the working with any embedded system is the mobile embedded system through. There is a limitation of the memory and the functionality. Its probability and the hands systems are the useful for all peoples. The best examples that we can connect easily in the mobile phones, laptops, and calculators. Network embedded system, where when a program is running inside another devices in a network is the format. This is called network embedded system, where is the microprocessor or the controller controls the running programs. A network is related to the system and then can be either LAN, local area network, or WAN, wide area networks. Real-time embedded system, soft embedded system. These systems consider processor as the main task and the manage the task compiler. Hard real times. These systems consider timelines as the deadlines and they should not be the missed in any case. A small scale embedded system, 8-bit or 16-bit microcontrollers are used to the design these and works with the help of the vector in the systems. Difference of microprocessor and microcontrollers. And there are different between microprocessor and microcontroller. Connect only CPU, central processing unit, RAM, random access memory, ROM, read only memory, and microcontroller. CPU, RAM, ROM, input, output, and timer are all single chips. Designer dedicates on the amount of the ROM, RAM, and input output ports. Fixed amount of the on chip ROM, RAM, input outputs. High cost and low cost, general purpose, single purpose, high speed, low speed, high power consumption, low power consumption. Example, microprocessor 8085, the microprocessor 8086, microprocessor, microcontroller 8051, microcontroller. AVR is the microcontroller. Software used via materials. Software Pixim Lab and MP Lab XRD. Hardware requirement: PIC 16F877A modules, LED modules, fan modules, matrix keypad modules, tactile and modules, 16 into 4 display modules, LED array programs, LED light emitting diodes. This is the LED program. Simple example. Architecture of PIC 16F877A. This is GPIO, General Purpose Input Output. EEPRM, LM35 Temperature Sensor, ADC, Analog to Digital Converter. CLCD, Characteristics Liquid Crystal Display. Matrix Keypad, SSD. Digital Keypads, Buzzer, LED, SR232. Classification of the interrupt. There are different types of the interrupt: hardware interrupt, software interrupt. Hardware interrupt, non-maskable interrupt, maskable interrupt. Maskable interrupt, external interrupt, internal interrupt. Tactile switches and pull-up, pull-down execution. The working of the switches with the tactile responses is the like another electronic switches. There are two types of the pull-up register, on the weak pull-up and the other is the strong pull-up. The weak pull-up register are the high value and those allowing the weak currents to the follow through, and the strong pull-up resistors are of the low value, those allowing the strong currents to follow. All MCU mostly use the weak pull-up resistors. Tactile switches is the switch whose operations is the predictable on the touch. This switch used to select the modes of the operation and the enters the temperatures and the enter the time is our projects. This switch it will produce the bouncing effect when a switch is pressed. Keypad interfacing. There are four columns lines and four row lines, and in between the row and columns, a keypad is the implemented, and when no key is pressed on these keypads, the columns and row are the completely isolated, so there is no connection at all. The column C1 and C2 and C3 are the C4 are the input to the other microcontroller. Microcontrollers code is the list to the C1, C2, C3 and C4 to dedicator the key pressed, and the pins R1, R2 and R3 for the output to the microcontroller. So columns are the input row and outputs. IS interrupt service routings. Any ISR is the software runtimes and the hardware invokes in responses to the interrupt. IS are attached to the request of the interrupting source by the clearing the interrupt flags, and the solved save register contents had may be the affected by the codes in ISR. It must be the terminated with the instruction rates. When interrupt across the MPU components in the instruction begin executed, then disables global interrupt. Enables please the address from the program's counter on the disables global interrupt. Enable please the address from the program's counter on the start. Timer is the important Timer is the important application in the any embedded system, which is the default peripheral which maintenance is the time of the any operation in say with the system's close or the any external close. It has many applications such as the measuring times and the generating delay etc. Timer counters is a software designed to the counter is the timer invitation between the events resolutions, which is also called registers bit at 8 या 16 bit etc. This is referred on as the changes from the numbers of the another numbers. It may be the up counters or the down counter quantum, which depends on the system clock's settings in the measure of the times, which is responsible for the tick scaling may be the pre-scaler and the post-scalers. Modes to the timers of the counters PW pulse width modulation of the pulse generation modulation. CLCD characteristics liquid crystal display. Pixel there are two types of the display: 16 into 2 display, 16 into 4 display. It display the ASCII characters and some special characters. It is the most common used display two types of the communication modes: 4 bits modes and 8 bits modes. Thank you everyone for stop recording.